Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Hello, Friday. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you. WoodwardSports.com chat thread powering into the weekend. The Red Wings are on a heater. Jared Goff starting to look like more and more of a value by the second. We'll discuss tons and tons of stuff that we have to touch on. The Tigers started spring training. Pitchers and catchers reported, all that kind of stuff. You know I have some thoughts on that, and we're going to discuss it as well. The whole Bally's TV thing, some movement on that. I'll update you. I was right again, D-Mac. I'm sorry to say, but I was. But, hey, we're not here for that. We're here to talk sports. We're here to talk about other stuff with all of you guys. But, D-Mac, what's going on, man?
It's all good. It's all good. Obviously, like a lot of us and a lot of everybody out here, Big D Energy, right? Enjoying the journey. And I see that our vulnerable Tammy Chen has said, you know what, let's not take things out of proportion, celebrating too early. But no, Tammy, I say it's okay.
They're winning the Stanley Cup.
All the way. 4 straight sweeps, too.
4 straight
16-0 in the playoffs. There's no way that this team will never lose again.
No, it's enjoy the journey.
They will never lose again.
Enjoy the journey, because what you're seeing is happening is before your eyes. And I mentioned in the pre-show is the fact that, is this what Steve Yzerman has been talking about? When at the beginning of January he said, you know, last year this team's got more points. It's smoke and mirrors. We're not that good. This year at the same time in the season when they were about the same place in the new year, he came out and said, no, we're better. You know, we just haven't been healthy. And a lot of times when you sit there and go, okay, that's obviously the GM, but no. When you look at this, are the things that I've been saying all along, the 1-1-3 and the 3-1-3, the defensive system, is it coming into play? There's a bunch of things that they're doing a lot better. And and I'll continue on it. When they consistently play more of a 60-minute game, and last night wasn't a full 60, they hung on at the beginning, sort of what you'd expect playing a back-to-back in Western Canada, waiting for a team that's been sitting at home since Monday. But what they do, they weathered the storm. And they got to win by a backup goaltender. Hellberg played great last night. What you're seeing is a whole bunch of things that I'll break down, but it comes down to what we talked about yesterday. It comes down to winning timely face-offs. It comes down to killing timely penalties. Using that power play as an asset, and then to all the naysayers out there going, well, we don't get many shots on goal, as many as we did. No, that's part of the system where they're trying to keep them to the outside. And, yeah, you're giving away shots. And I think in Edmonton there was 44. And last night you got outshot. But it's a different game. And these guys are buying in. You know, there's a lot to talk about, a lot to break down, but I think that this team is feeling themselves. And to go into Calgary last night was just as impressive against that team. And look at this, Neal. We're sitting here with a winning streak, a legit winning streak. So what you say is this is some expectations. Now, there's going to be ebb and flow to it. We know that. They got big games.
No, there's not, D-Mac. They're going to win.
Absolutely.
They're going to win out.
But I just wanted to give you credit because when you jumped on, just like the other day when I threw out the plus 205 in Edmonton because they're feeling it, you jumped on the playoff train. And you should be happy that you did. But as they get healthier, as they're more consistent, plus you look at different guys that are doing it. Your boy, Kubalik, these nuts,
he's back,
boys.
Baby.
You like that? I mean, it's like, it's, but the fact of with the contract, right? And
that's a steal.
Different points in the season.
I know he didn't score for a month, but it's still a steal for what they're paying that man.
So
1919, man.
Dude, you look at Robbie.
Build a statue.
Look at how important Robbie Fabry is on this team, right? Like as far as the glue, as a Tyler Bertuzzi. So at the end of the day, you sit back and you be proud. This is, you know, in the last couple of years, in the last bunch of years, is that this team has legitimacy. It's still got forks in the road to cross and turns to get through and bumps, but you know what?
No, we've arrived.
Okay.
It's here.
All right,
Stanley
there
Cup
it is.
10.
Stanley Cup.
There it is.
Hey, Hockey
You're
Town.
tagging them St. Louis a few years ago already.
It's clear.
And
No.
congratulations, before I forget, to David Perron, 700 career points. That's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points, and we're gonna talk about a little more in depth in the next segment. But the Red Wings are on a heater. There is no doubt about this. Spam out a great question. What are you gonna do with your Sundays without football?
Golf?
Not now, not this weekend. You ain't
Indoor golf?
indoor golf. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
no,
fair.
I mean, no, it's already predetermined.
Okay, Sam Flannel, what are you gonna do on Sundays without football?
Probably plan more dates with the wife.
Oh,
Spencer, all right. Moving on.
What about your dog, bro?
Yeah, that too. Probably lots of walks in the park.
What's his name?
Jake.
Oh, that's right. That's my first dog's name, too. That's why Flannel always gets me. He knows how to let you kill and then come back.
Jake the dog and Flannel the human.
What about you, Spenmo?
I don't know. I mean,
Just,
Take Motrin and get
Motrin,
right.
Yeah, get back. Get
well, I
back
know,
those
Neil,
hours
what you're
of
going to be
sleep
watching.
on
Tiger Woods. He's
Yeah.
going to make the cut. Genesis, golf tournament,
Maybe
PGA.
200, yeah.
Get into the live
no,
stuff.
I will probably pay a little more attention to the family. I'm just being honest. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you though and tell you, oh, we're going to go for walks in the park and all that kind of stuff.
Probably
No,
hit
I'm not
playing
doing
it.
that.
Probably hit playing it on Sundays.
Really?
Yeah, get a
See,
parlay.
I was fired up to walk out of Planet today because Monday through Friday the grind's done.
Yep.
We're going to get into some stuff Saturday evening, I think.
There you go.
Oakland, Detroit tonight.
Okay.
TV 20, by the way. Tap in. It'll be an entertaining basketball game.
Yeah, for sure.
Say it like that. Spenmo's guy, Trey Townsend, looking to go to work one more time. So
yeah.
if you get a chance, turn it on the TV tonight. You don't even have to watch it. Just turn the TV on it and walk out so I get the ratings.
How close is Davis to the points record?
186, I want to say, something like that. I have it in my notes.
You think he's going to, how many games left?
We have 4. There's 4 more regular season games left, and then you're guaranteed to at least play one in the conference tournament. He'll get there.
Oh, he
no
will?
matter what, he'll get there.
Just feed the ball. And,
He had 33 shot attempts against Milwaukee.
Hell yeah, he did.
Hey, and I don't hate him for it,
No,
man.
man.
Go get it.
Chuck,
Yeah.
shoot or shoot.
Shoot or shoot. So, that'll be going on tonight at 7. So tap into that. Like I said, you don't have to watch. Just leave the TV on it and walk out of the room. I just need the ratings. Contract, baby. About the bag. But football is, and spare me the XFL stuff. You know watch it or no?
Oh, we're going to we're doing content at XFL games. Me, Easy, Lucas, we're gonna get down there, rage, paint our faces.
At XFL?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Might as well.
Oh, no,
It's a heavyweight thing.
USFL.
The USFL thing I get, and here's where it's different because people are gonna kind of come after me after what I said last year. But what was the whole premise of what I said last year? It's not here.
Yeah, it's all in Birmingham.
Yeah, now it's here, so that's different. Now the USFL is different. No one in this room is going to watch the XFL.
The XFL actually has some pretty good talent they brought in. Josh Gordon, Martavis Bryant.
Here we go again.
What's his name? The quarterback from the Broncos, Paxton Lynch.
Wasn't Vic Beasley
Vic
too?
Beasley,
Had
yeah.
a 15.5 sack season.
Paxton Lynch.
Paxton Lynch, Ben DiNucci. Big names.
do you have a jersey picked out already?
I kind of want to get a Ben DiNucci jersey. I'm not
Nice.
gonna
I think you should, Spenny.
Yeah.
You know what? Also, too, Neil, and you know what? Like I know, because I saw it in here. But it's if you're a NASCAR guy, you're not, but other people are. So football, you switch into NASCAR. Daytona 500s this weekend, Sunday afternoon.
Is it really? Wow,
Yeah.
they've messed up on that one, man. Like I haven't, for real. Like usually they kind of ram it
Throw
down
some
your throat at this.
commercials out there.
Yeah.
Did they during the Super Bowl?
I think maybe.
But
I don't
Sunday,
remember
but
one.
to the viewing and like I said, golf, which is the beauty of it. If you're a golfer, indoor, outdoor, or whatever, but there's always, what's the games that's going to be on? But the NASCAR, the race will be on now.
So Booner in the back.
Me and Booner, check out Booner if you go to woodwardsports.com, the NASCAR. He does a heck of a job. I'm finally getting people here that like my stuff.
Yeah.
I got a NASCAR guy in Booner. I got JB and Johnny in the wrestling stuff. So slowly but surely,
This guy, man.
I'm having some fun around here, not just talking about sports. But so if you know, you got to go. I'm always taking Kyle Busch. That's my guy. The M&Ms and Brad Keselowski from Rochester, Michigan. That's my guy too. Those are like always bets. right? I always put money on them. But, going into this weekend, there are some large odds out there, and this is one of these races of attrition, which means there's going to be a lot of accidents, comes down to the very end, and anybody can win. So this is one of those races that longer odds, guys at 2,000, 3,000 plus money can win this race. So check out Booner's article.
Booner's trying to get me to go to a NASCAR race with him and you.
I think you would do very well at a NASCAR race.
Spenny, you can come with us. MIS, man. We're gonna go to MIS. We're gonna go to MIS. It's an absolute blast, dude. I got to drive the pace car before. In fact, D-Max got a win. Technically, he's got a NASCAR Cup Series win, Neal, in our math, because I was driving the pace car, and it was the one Sunday that the rain started coming in, and we got to the back corner, right? Turn number 4, where you're coming off and you lead them to the start line or whatever, and the rain started coming, so we had to pull everybody in. Like Joey Logano and Kurt Busch pulled in behind me and came up to the car and said that I won my official race. So if those guys say it, got to go back on Monday, and MIS, if you've never been there, been to a race, NASCAR's like hockey. Live, there's nothing like it.
What'd you have, Spenny?
I'm just saying, I could wear the overalls,
with no shirt
underneath.
Oh, yeah, a man like you would do very well. Would do very well.
Slamming Bud
We're gonna paint the number on you.
Yeah.
No, you'd be more of a Bud Heavy kind of guy.
Bud Heavy for sure.
Yeah, you're at NASCAR. You got to drink the Bud Heavy. But again, we're just kind of kicking it around. What are you going to do on Sundays without football? Because football is going into a darkness retreat. Real football, anyway. Kind of like Aaron Rodgers. Am I the only person, by the way, that thinks that this darkness retreat thing is bullshit with Aaron Rodgers? He's not sitting in a dark little house or doing any of that stuff. This is a big concoction. This is Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, and he's got to get the attention and all that stuff. He is not sitting in a dark house for 4 days. Whatever, man.
I honestly don't hold it past.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll it. Is Aaron Rodgers really sitting in darkness for 4 days? There's no way.
I was trying to get Neal to understand, because we're talking about what's the best. Where do we want Aaron Rodgers to go? Is it best if he stays in Green Bay or he goes to New York market? Couldn't handle it. If a guy that can go into the dark for 4 days and whatever, he's on a different level. Like, he doesn't even care about anybody's questions or whatever. Like, although I agree Aaron Rodgers is a sensitive guy and stuff like this, but yeah, it's hard to believe. Could you do 4 days of darkness and do all that stuff? Self-reflection? And
I don't want to.
I've been 4
I don't
days
have
of
time
darkness,
for
but
that
that's
shit,
called
dude.
passed out.
Nobody watching today has time for that shit. No one's doing that. Nobody. We got stuff to do, man. 4 days, and he's not doing it.
Yeah.
And Jack Harrington, Jesus, Neal, Aaron Rodgers lives rent-free in your head. No, it's not that at all. I'm calling it out for what it is. He's not sitting in the darkness for 4 days. There's no way. There's no way he's doing that. This is all a big production.
But it's only him. He doesn't have a girl. He doesn't have kids. He doesn't have whatever else. I don't even know if he has a pet. I don't see an animal run across the screen when he gets interviewed. So it'll be interesting to see.
Justin Station says, I hope he stays there. I don't, because I want him to go to the Jets. I want him to go to the Jets. I want him to face that media all the time. 100+ media people at every game, and when he tries to get all philosophical and drop the Gandhi stuff and tries to drop the I was immunized stuff, they'll check him right quick, and it'll break him. It'll break him. That's what I'm rooting for.
Let's hope we can see that. You put it out in the universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm rooting for. But anyway, speaking of New York quarterbacks, Daniel Jones is about to get paid. We're going to discuss that a little bit later on as well. Jared Goff. What did I tell you guys? What I tell everybody?
Discount the market.
Discount the market.
You said this all along. I mean, it's nothing that's new. Did you happen to text Easy and figure that one out, or are we up beyond that?
I don't need to.
You don't
He
need
knows.
to. Hey, if you're checking it out, can't tell because Neal's rocking the Mets hat, but his hair is tight, just like D-Max. Why? Because we went to Lady Jane's. You can come to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience. Register for once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home. How does $200,000 sound? $200K? That sounds really good on this Friday. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry. Jonathan Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Jonathan Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on woodwardsports.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
We are off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Jump in on the woodwardsports.com chat thread as well. Red Wings get the win last night in Calgary. The win streak still running. The playoff hopes still alive and well and as good as they've ever been right now. No darkness retreat for the Wings, and certainly no darkness retreat for Dylan Larkin. Just cleaning up the discussion on the chat thread. Rack says, I wish they would live stream Aaron Rodgers sitting in the darkness and watch him slowly come unhinged. DNCENT says he's recording it. Don't fall for the camera stuff, because I know that they'll get the Blair Witch Project shot in there where he's sitting in the darkness, and he'll probably be sweating or something like that. And then as soon as they shut the camera off, they'll turn the TV on, and they'll bring the Grubhub or whatever. Stop.
Svetty, can you imagine? It's like, and you're watching it, it's like time lapse and dark.
Yeah,
maybe you
it's
see,
all bullshit, dude,
maybe
all
you
of
see
it.
some movement, but all of a sudden you hear...
Yeah.
He's just blowing it out. And then half the people are going, wait, am I going to listen to the shower? Yeah. Where's the shower? How is he going to wipe? Where's the toilet? Does he know where he is? And then you hear him go, oh, shit. Like, what was that about? I don't know.
I'm not. No way I'm falling for that. If you fall for that, you're on your own.
I tuned in for a few minutes.
Yeah, but because you like Oak Island. You like this kind of stuff. You're the problem. You're the problem. It'll be like Oak Island, but with Aaron Rodgers
instead of the gold. I like this. I don't mind this at all, dude. It's interesting to me.
Okay, and hey, I'm not here to legislate. I'm not here. I'm not falling for it. You can, and D-Mac, I love you.
But it's not like I'm falling for it. It's like entertaining.
No, but you are.
This is entertaining. I'm not lockstep. I'm interested to see how it plays out. Because on a spirit, like if he's so much on the spiritual level deal to what he tells us,
we're going too deep now, D-Mac.
Then I want him to go to the Jets, because what you're telling me is that he's telling you that he's impenetrable to that. So we'll see that, and you're saying he'll crack, but
it'll crack him. It'll crack him.
You gotta respect the consistency of the guy.
The Red Wings cracked the Flames yesterday after falling behind one. And D-Mac, here's where I was even more impressed by the Wings last night. Clearly didn't have it to start the game. Clearly, which you can speak to it. Sometimes,
but it was one. It's not one of those things that you didn't expect. You know, you're going into that game as a player. Your coaches said, "All right, guys, you got to weather the storm. First 10 minutes, they're going to come out hard. They've been sitting at home. I know you guys are tired. We got in late or whatever like that. Mind over matter. Let's keep this game close. We can keep it within a 1-goal game. Like the Wings are trying to keep it 1-0 at the worst against after one period. They look at that success. So the fact they were able to score at the end of the first to tie it up, they're going into the dressing room feeling themselves. Because it's the first time, like this was the first time, I think, since 13-14, it wasn't there 9 years that they swept the West Coast. And we did it one time in the year we set the league record, 62 wins in 95-96. Right? So that's something special to be able to do. And they're no pushover teams either. Right? If you look at the rosters, I remember Calgary back in the day, like that would be more of a guaranteed you look to those points for 2 points. Right? Edmonton, give or take, Vancouver was always tough to play. So what they've done. They got it in the bag. They've gotten themselves closer. now they got to focus on Seattle on Saturday.
Can I ask you a personal question, D-Mac?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a Darren McCarty Calgary Flames throwback jersey like they were wearing yesterday with the burning sea? Do you have one?
I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do. One of my favorite jerseys. Actually, I have the jersey I scored the overtime goal in 2007, first game 1 in Calgary against Anaheim.
How stupid are those other Calgary jerseys with like the Brahma bullhead on it or whatever? Those things are dumb.
I like the black, but the horse head and stuff never did. The flaming sea, the black
is incredible.
Are great.
It's incredible. I want to see that one day. Come over to the house. I got to check that out because it is one of my favorite. And I don't usually like red.
It's with the rest of the jerseys in the back closet tucked away. Right?
Yeah. All right. I got to check that out one day. But it is a dope
Maybe
jersey.
I'll wear it. I see Gabby walking around with her flexing Florida State.
Justin Station wants to know if it's straight darkness. Can you take a shower? You can't even wipe your ass. How are you going to see the toilet paper? And that is a great question. Euperism says I'm praying he goes to the Jets. We are done with him. But the Red Wings got the win. Larkin 3 assists. He's answering the bell.
Why are you looking at me?
He's taking it to another level. He is.
Play him.
When Chris like I said the other day, he's
Teddy
put this
KGB.
team on his back, and they absolutely responded. And you could see even, and here's the one thing with Tyler Bertuzzi, and I mentioned it the other day. Forget Bertuzzi's stats, even though he had a goal and 2 assists last night, and that first line looked great, like the first line should. It's a fact that he hasn't really played, like he's getting his legs under him, and the tenacity and stuff like this. You nailed it good on your tweet yesterday, Neal. As far as this changes nothing.
Thank you for bringing that up because I want to speak to that.
This changes nothing, right? Like the tweet that you sent out. Do we have that, or do you? No, I
didn't send it over. Here's the thing, because thank you for reminding me of that because I do want to address this because I saw it on Twitter last night. I saw people kind of dusted off the Red Wings. The Red Wings thought process with their tweets. Where they had to blame goalies and stuff like that. They got warmed up, and then last night. Their preseason was over. Now they were back into it. And right away I saw it. People with okay, Stevie's got to be a buyer at the deadline now. So, whoa. I am all in on the playoff thing, right? I'm the mayor of it. I started this. Is that fair?
Yes, exactly.
Is that fair?
Yes.
I started this. I started this movement. Okay? I did. Even me. He doesn't have to do anything. Fight this urge, guys. I know that, and again, I said this with the Lions. I'm saying it now with the Red Wings. Fight this urge. We don't have to go all in with everything right now. Everything is still in play. They've got the cap space next year. They've got the cap space this year. They can buy. They can sell. They can rent out cap space for draft capital with bad contracts. This is how he's got it to this point, is by doing it. We can just take it easy. And I saw it yesterday. Pure Michigan Sports tweeted, said the team's on fire. It's going to force Yzerman to buy at the deadline. It doesn't force him to do anything. It's all out there. Remember, guys, I'll give you Larkin. I'll give Larkin the $9 million. Still $30 million in cap space next year.
And you're probably going to give Bertuzzi the 5 or 6 or whatever it is for a couple more years. If in your gameplay, because last night didn't change anything. Steve Yzerman knows what he wants to be put together, so he's already thought of it. What you're saying, Neal, is the old analogy about Steve Yzerman's the Papa Bull, and we're all the baby bulls. We don't need to run down and try to get with any of the cows. We can strut down and get with all the cows. Right, you're saying that's what you're saying.
That's what Steve Yzerman's done everywhere he's been.
Look at this as a look into the future, right? Of what you're building and stuff like that. Now you can't do something that's going to bring down the sticks and the straw houses, right? You need those mansions. You need the foundation, and you're starting to build it. So don't look, and this is where you're in the trust and the hashtag Yzer plan, because he's going to make that decision. This is what's happened. Is he told us what was going to be, and now we're seeing signs of it, right? So if he's told us that this is what he saw happening, he's already further ahead of plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever it is.
And here's the other thing, too. And I know that this is brand new because we haven't won a playoff series in this town in a decade. I know we're new to this
Playoffs?
again. Yeah. That's still such a staggering stat, isn't it?
Yeah.
4 major sports teams. You haven't won a playoff series in a decade. But anyway, here's where I boil this down to. Who are you going to trade? Like, in order to do a trade, you have to have something that somebody wants, right? And everything that the Red Wings have that somebody wants, you want.
Yeah, that's it. Like look inside. We're so used to, because maybe you said that, Neal, this town hasn't won a playoff series in 10 years. So how would you know how to act coming to playoff time, right? But sometimes, right, the grass ain't always greener, and with what you have, with what you're building, you'll know more. So say they don't make the playoffs and they don't make a move. What you could probably guarantee is what Steve Yzerman's going to do is weaponize that salary cap, which means bring more draft picks, use some of that money. I could see him using an expiring contract or something like that, maybe an Oscar Sundqvist, a Pie Suter, something like this, to help somebody else, but it's not.
And what's the return for that? You know what I'm saying?
Not, the return is future.
Right.
You're not return now. You're not looking to build your team for anything. What you're doing is the return you're going to get is for next year. What did I say? This year we're still on the plan of last week, win a couple games, getting into the playoffs. Next year, and I believe Steve's thinking that playoffs are bust also. So how do I set the team up for the playoff run next year? This is sort of a bonus. Don't you look at it like that? This is sort of a bonus. But the fact that we're talking about them, the fact that we've killed them off a few times this year or ignored them, but now we're back all dialed in. That's a good thing. Enjoy the journey, because I'm sure there's a few times the rest of this season that we're not going to be as happy.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Lions Planet, why is Neal wearing a Mets hat? We'll discuss when we talk about Tigers baseball for spring training beginning. We'll discuss. Don't you worry. You don't want to miss that. Second hour, we'll get to that. Trust me.
I just think it's a cool hat.
It is a cool hat.
Yeah.
It's better than a Yankee hat. Hey, unpopular opinion. Mets hat greater than a Yankee hat.
Yes.
For sure.
And I understand that people in this town get so sensitive about shit like that. It pisses me off. Like, why is he wearing something that's not Detroit? The one I understand is when I wear my Blackhawks jersey, because it is Blackhawks. But the white Blackhawks sweater is one of the best sweaters out there. I love the white Blackhawks. And it's Duncan Keith, Spartan Dog. So,
That's fair.
We know Carmelo Anthony and Duncan Keith.
Those are your guys.
I don't understand. Hey, you know what, Neal? I get more where people might say, why are you wearing if you're not from Boston or New York, why are you wearing that hat? Because they're in the East. But the Mets are in the, don't. The Mets aren't. They're in the National League.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it. Don't worry. I'll land the plane on that in the second hour. Don't you? We're circling the runway now. I'm waiting for clearance to land. Spenny will give it to me in hour number 2. But, I that's what I want out there about the Red Wings. Nothing's changed. In this whole, be a buyer at the trade deadline. Guys, you got to remember, they didn't just go from being irrelevant to being the Colorado Avalanche in the span of 6 weeks. Like, that didn't happen. They don't have any asset they have that's tradable, nobody wants. And any asset they have that other people want, you want.
Yes.
We'll get to that, which is why I think, just prepare yourselves, I think you will see a Nick Leddy type move where there'll be a contender that needs to get $5 million off the books, and we'll take an expiring deal of an underachieving veteran to ride out the rest of the season or what have you, and that's how it'll work. Because even still, sign Larkin. Bertuzzi thing got real interesting pretty much overnight, didn't it? Everyone had written him off. Now all of a sudden I'm seeing, sign him.
Well, I don't know, written him off. It's just that
people had written him off, D-Man.
There's more value to him. Like before last year, whatever is, you can never trade this guy. Now it's like, he could be in the discussions. But again, I think that what you're seeing, and I see in the chat thread, is the continuity, right? I mean, there's something that's there in the locker room that is invaluable. So if that's part of it and Stevie sees it that way, then he'll get paid.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll let Steve cook. And remember, too, because you can sign Larkin, say you sign Bertuzzi even. Say get aggressive too. Say Bertuzzi gets $7 million, which might get that. It's got 30 goal seasons on the resume. Just say that for argument's sake. You're still rolling with $20+ million in cap space, so you can still take on a veteran. Would you take an expiring next year veteran that's underachieving for what he makes? Would you take it for a first round pick, and you got to pay him $6 million next year and pick up the other $2 million that he's owed this year? I would.
Yeah, I mean would you buy a first round pick? Down to that comes down to as long as they don't think that they're going to get somebody and where they draft right in the middle of it. Yeah. I mean on the surface, absolutely.
And that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm thinking that you're going to see. And hey, when you go to the Red Wings game, what I'm thinking we're going to see is you're going to go drink some Cintron, because they're proud partners of Little Caesars Arena, the Red Wings, and the Pistons as well. Cintron's fashionable, functional, and fun. If you want premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, then Cintron is your top choice. So you know what? Why wait? Buy online at drinkcintron.com. Cintron's also available on Amazon. Hit up that Amazon Prime. Have it on your porch the next day. Watch the Amazon guy bring it up on your Ring camera right up there on your front door and set it down. Then you'll have the cranberry, the classic, and the sugar-free right there on your porch. Cintron. Drink it. Live it with Cintron.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Our own Ryan Ermanni has started his journey with Custom Health, and now he has a six-pack just like that, because that's how it works. Now, we're just kidding. That's not the way that it works, but it does work, and that's the key. Over 20,000 success stories with Custom Health Centers. They can get your customized approach to weight loss. They've done it for many, many people. NBA champion and bad boy Rick Mahorn, he's down over 50 pounds. He looks great. Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lions, kicking great. He's done it as well, and you can be next. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health. 844-789-8446. Get your customized approach to weight loss. It's different for everybody. 844-789-THIN. It's Custom Health Centers. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Let's go Red Wings, Sparty, first round pick. Yes, anything less than that. Anything less than nothing that doesn't expire after this year. I think I get where you're going with that one. That's the move I'm expecting, because the formula's worked.
No, I agree. And here's the interesting, person out there or whatever, maybe one of the guys that you look at is, and you see what the Arizona Coyotes have done with their best defenseman in Jacob Chychrun, who, by the way, Neal, which came by, he actually probably should be ours anyways, right? Because
I never knew that. I read that in The Athletic. You know Chychrun, Spenny? The Coyotes took him with our draft pick.
Yeah.
Part of the Datsuk trade. That stings.
Yeah.
But you got to and here's the thing. Would that work? Does the money work? Is he a guy that could help this team? Is he yes. But again, at the end of the day,
what he's going to be. I think he's the prize commodity out there.
He is more so I think because of Erik Karlsson, because of contract. Because of where you can
2 years of team control still.
2
He's
years
24.
of team like even in the NHL where that doesn't seem much, that's huge.
Yeah,
right. That's huge.
2 years in addition, 2 full seasons after this season of team control,
which is so much more valuable. That could be the and he's a great player too. And yes,
and they're going to trade him because they're sitting him out. So
no, and that's the whole thing is that you're not going to play till we trade you. So. I think Arizona knows what they got. It's not going to be cheap, but again, it goes down to #Wiser plan.
Yeah, and somebody said, the Ski Mask boy says Wings got to pick up Karlsson or Chychrun. You don't have the gear to get Chychrun. They don't yet. That's part of building a franchise where you have assets that other teams desire.
Neal, I don't know if that's exactly true. The gear is a lot of the young guys that you have planning on being your future, but there is a way. There is an argument, and there is a way to that if Stevie wanted it, because you have not only the money, the draft picks, but the players. You have players in the minors or here, right. Young guys that deal, so you're not out of the question. So at the end of the day, it's how bad does Stevie want to make that deal? That's what you'll find. Like anybody realize the brilliance? Sit back and watch last night. 9 o'clock. Okay, turn on the TV. What's going on here? Oh, is there a contract? Ole Mata signed yesterday. 2 years, 6 million, 3 a year. Oh, what did he say? Because he loves the way that he's been embraced here and feels a part of the culture and wants to be a part of helping move. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Wow, does that start the dominoes falling? My
point with the Chychrun thing is that market's going to get overcooked for him. Way overcooked.
No, but forget that. Yes, absolutely. But what I'm saying is that Steve Yzerman's at the front of the line deciding whether or not, because other than name players that you're going to trade that Arizona, right? They're going to try. What are they going to try to do in reverse? They don't have money in Arizona. They don't spend money in Arizona. They want a lot of the cheap young guys on their first contracts and stuff like this. So they're probably going to be 6 guys for one. Right? Because of that. But don't say that you're not in that conversation.
Well, my point is, with that
I don't think he's going to do it because you're not there yet. But what I'm saying, every conversation that comes across, know that you can be a part of everything in this league, no matter from the highest Connor McDavid to the lowest to anybody you want to trade. You're in. That's the difference,
right? And you and I are on the same wavelength about it. We're in different ways. That kind of flies in the face to
because what
I
happen,
see Stevie Y.
Devil's advocate. You see something happen where Detroit trades and they trade 6 guys, money, draft choice, this for this guy. What is your immediate reaction?
Stevie values him.
Wow,
this guy must be mercurial.
Boom. Here's another pillar. Mo, Chychrun. Edvitz, he's putting pillars together where he doesn't think we're there yet. Like he's told you, we're still a few away, but he has that option. Do we think he's going to do it? No, not now. But think about this: if this was the year, or next year, or the year after, or whatever, am I wrong that the team control over this kid for 2 years is bigger than everything involved with him?
That's what makes it valuable.
He brings 3 players with him. It's like trading him and getting 2 more with that. So
that's why it's so valuable, and that's why
it's going to be interesting. Because you know what? And here's to the point: somebody's going to way overpay for him, and it's not going to be us.
It won't be the Red Wings. Yeah, that's why.
But I'm just trying to say
it's not like it's Al Avila sitting out there.
I'm just saying
bidding against himself.
Coming across, right? It's not Al Avila. In fact, Arizona's probably passing when they see 3-1-3 come up. I don't want to answer that now. Hopefully,
could be Stevie
Hopefully,
Y.
Dallas or somebody else calls. Oh, Steve, yeah, no, I was in the bathroom. Sorry, missed your call.
You know what he's got to do? He's got to get a 989 burner phone, and they won't know, and then they'll answer it by mistake. Hey, it's Steve.
Absolutely. hey, could you see the whole room on mute? Who said that? Shut up. It's Steve Yzerman.
Is there any 616 phones left out there?
We can find some.
Yeah. All right. Maybe they could do it. Maybe they could do it that way. Here's a question, and I wasn't anticipating this. And I know we're kind of stretching out on the Wings thing here, but damn it, it's deserved. It's deserved, and people seem to be into it. Paul Thomas. This is a great question too. Paul Thomas. Serious question. When do people get restless if the Wings do not improve? And Paul, here's the thing with that.
They are improving.
They are improving. No, I know what he's saying. I think I know what he's saying. And I hear other media outlets in this town saying, now's the time. I got to see Steve do something in free agency this offseason. No, he doesn't, quote, have to. Because when you look down and you see the Edmondsons and you see the Evansons and you see everything that's going on around the minors right now, again, a big move to me would be taking on a bad contract for a first-round pick. That is a big move to me.
Maybe I haven't done this in a while, okay? Do you know the definition of the hashtag Wiser Plan 1919? Right? It's trust in the man himself. But here's the saying. Steve Eisman will give you, me, all the Wing-Wheeled Nation, everything you desire. But not when you want it, or I want it, or we want it. It's when he wants it. Why? Because whether you like it or not, when it comes to the Detroit Red Wings hockey organization, he knows best.
1919.
Give me a 1919, real quick, please.
Up to plan 1919! Love it.
Oh, he brought heat on that one. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal, what do you think it would take to get Patrick Kane?
I don't want
no thanks.
Kane.
Yeah, I mean,
you'll be a part of money allocated 3-way deal. Why? I get it to score goals and stuff like that, but I don't think you need that.
He doesn't fit the timeline.
2-month rental. Yeah. You know, like nothing.
Somebody
will
grab him for a rental. You would think whatever like that, and hopefully it's a team that needs your dollars to make it happen, so you can pick up a third.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Dirty Dr. D says, in it to win it like Yzerman can drink about 15 Heineken. Spenmo can drink 15 Heineken. That's light work, right?
Easily. We used to do Sunday at Augusta up in East Lansing. The Sunday of the Masters, everybody grabs a case. First one to finish it wins. I won 3 years in a row.
And that's, yay. And I'm not even saying, like, just give Spenmo a Saturday.
Yeah.
He'll have 15 by lunch.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Like a later lunch.
I got to say, if I could go back and as, you know, which you can't, but if I could go back, I would love to do a drinking day with you guys. Yeah. Like a full-fledged just get after it day. It would be fun. But now I'll vicariously live through you.
I appreciate that.
And your antics.
Yes.
That are antics that have been applied over all the years. Mm-hmm. Hence, your face is looking a little bit better today, too.
Yeah, thank you.
It's coming back slowly but surely.
Nari said she likes that I shaved. She said she can see my handsome face. So
there, and that's accurate.
That's all that matters.
That certainly is accurate. Like when I tell you Cousins Maine Lobster's goated, that's accurate.
It is goated, and now you guys can help make sure that they're recognized as the goats, because Cousins Maine Lobster Food Truck is up for Food Truck of the Year. Make sure you go vote for them at freep.com, Best of Detroit, and follow them on Facebook.com/CML Detroit. If you do, you can win a chance to win a $300 Visa gift card. If they win, make sure to try Cousins Maine Lobster today. Scan that QR code right there and figure out where they will be rolling around the city. It's Cousins Maine Lobster. Make sure you guys check it out.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Darren McCarty for Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm provides customized solutions from real expert professional technicians that take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as you need it. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care, whether it's your business, whether it's your personal, whatever it is. Like our boy, Sam Flannel. How many straight days of flannel protection?
215.
How many?
215.
215. Is that my bike or your bike? Debo?
Oh, that's my bike, punk.
Thank you very much. Anyways, just like that, protected your bikes, protected your flannels. Give them a call today, 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of the paint this Saturday, Matty Sissoko. You can't guard Hunter Dickinson one-on-one.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Give them a call today, Big D. Energy, we sent you.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel here with you. Happy to have you along. We are going to talk some football, NFL quarterback news. Jared Goff, a bigger and bigger value by the moment. Real quick, though, we should sneak this one in. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Euperism. Michigan baseball starts today, Neal. Your favorite. Sam Flannel.
Sam,
give us the breakdown.
How are you not in the opening saying, guys?
Yeah. Give me the breakdown. What are we expecting this year from Michigan baseball?
I should have said that's what I'm going to be doing on my Sundays. Going to Ann Arbor. You know what? I'm not sure quite what to expect. I'm not quite into it yet. All I know is it looks like they have a doubleheader today against Fresno State and MSU. So big game there.
Big game.
But you know what? I think we would all admit that when it gets time, when it gets to the tournament, even the conference tournament, College World Series, college baseball is electric.
No, it's not.
When they were playing Vanderbilt in the College World Series, that was electric. You're just mad because MSU never gets in.
I couldn't care less. I'll tell
now
you right
could.
now.
That's how it works. Well, neither can Sam Flannel until they're in the College World Series.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I like MSU baseball.
But if they get in the College World Series, you will. Yeah, you will. You'll tap in.
I'll root them on.
And you'll tap in.
Be like, oh, college baseball!
What a terrible call by the umpire. He was out at second.
Yeah, I mean,
the refs are against us.
I went to a total of 2 college baseball games when I was at MSU.
How about this, Sam Flannel?
They were fun. Shooters in the socks.
Shooters in the socks.
Yeah.
How about this, Sam Flannel? March 8th, Wednesday, Oakland at Michigan.
Oh.
Iced coffee on the line.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
I mean, Oakland beat them last year, so.
Not this year.
Okay.
Trey Townsend outscores Hunter Dickinson 1,000%.
Well, it's baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Still.
It's a big game.
Yeah.
It is a big game. So that's on the deck. Iced coffee on the line.
Okay.
March 8th.
Okay.
Talk that talk. We'll do a watch party at Woodward.
What's that on the Ocho?
What is that? Big Ten Network, I'm guessing?
Nice.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah. I don't think they have it announced yet.
Michigan. Oh, look at Mike G in the Woodward Sports Chat. Michigan field hockey was national title runner-ups next year.
Yeah, it seems to be the thing that
Common
goes around.
theme, yeah.
Runners up.
Ooh.
Semi-finalists.
Yep.
Factual.
Yeah. Leaders and kind of the best.
Leaders and almost the best.
Leaders and lead. Can we add that to it?
Here we go.
Discussion in New York. It sounds like Daniel Jones is getting close to a deal with the New York Giants. And the word on the streets is he's going to be coming in probably about 3 years, probably about 105-ish million.
Jeez.
$35 million per. Jared Goff in the meantime. And it's 31-ish. I'll do a couple of clicks and let you know exactly what it is. Anyway, Jared Goff, as it sits right now, will have the 11th highest cap hit. His cap hit next year is just under $31 million. So as it sits right now, Jared Goff's the 11th highest cap hit amongst NFL quarterbacks. Daniel Jones will get more than what he gets. That's what we're just talking about right now.
That's the way it works.
That's the way it works right now. Geno Smith will probably get more than Jared Goff will get. This is Brad Holmes cooking. We've talked about Stevie Y cooking. This is Brad Holmes cooking. And you know what? And I'll be the first one to raise my hand and say, because remember, D-Mac, I liked everything they did, but my one question.
You wondered why.
Why?
Why
wondered
did
the why.
they extend him and stretch it out? Is the why explained to you now?
Now it's clearly explained to me.
Crystal clear?
Because.
And you give him above the rim play? GM? Above the rim GM play?
100%.
Showing you why Terry Foster said Brad Holmes is the greatest GM in Lions history? That's a boss GM move?
It is. It is. And you got 2 more years with him at this $31-ish million cap hit.
Did you say 2 more years?
2 more years.
So this next season when we're supposed to be contending for the North.
And the following season.
And the following season, which you would think that if things continue, we'll be right in the heat of it. And, okay, I'm listening.
Yeah. You have the ability, a lot like we talked about Steve Yzerman, you have the ability, and people are saying, his next contract and everything. You have the ability to extend him and drop that cap number this year and next year too, if you want. That's always something that's there as well. And it's a lot like what we're going to see with Patrick Mahomes, where I was telling you guys he's got a $34 million roster bonus. All you do is convert that to a signing bonus, and that $34 million cap hit becomes a $7 million cap hit.
Because it's stretched out.
Because it's stretched out over 5 years. You can stretch it out over 5 years. So theoretically, if Goff is your guy, you can do the same type of thing. Essentially kicking the can down the road a little bit.
You know what? The first thing that comes to my mind is obviously, okay, yes, I get it. I'm cool with that. But immediately, I don't know if anybody else thinks is, okay, but when do we draft our quarterback to replace? So I get it. We're Goff in the next 2 years, right, is the guy. But I'm sort of thinking ahead of when do we draft that quarterback that we're looking to replace Goff. So to me, if you're going to extend him, then doesn't that mean you're pushing that off for a year or 2 years? You don't have to get that guy now, right? Which, you know what I'm saying?
Don't.
And it opens up everything else. Is this also, so you're telling me if they can do that now, they could also do that next year when he's got a year left on his contract?
Absolutely. It's still on the table.
The benefit would be that you could get 2 more years of cap relief right now.
Absolutely.
So I guess my question is, what would you do?
I mean, all you can do is go on what you just saw, right? Where he had a better passing season than Josh Allen did last year. I know that explodes a lot of your heads. Sam Flannel probably namely, but it's true. And I see Sam Flannel clicking away over there. Go ahead and click away and look at it.
No, I mean, Josh Allen, the difference between Josh Allen and Jared Goff was obviously the interceptions and the turnovers.
Right.
I mean, Jared Goff didn't have the highs of Josh Allen, but Jared Goff also had, a 10-game stretch, 17 touchdowns, 1 interception. Phenomenal. So I'm not even going to argue you on that. Josh Allen turned the football over too much.
Yeah, that's what it is. And that's the name of the game, man.
Yep.
And he didn't do it.
Nope.
So for me, again, I know everybody just wants to move on and draft a quarterback and go.
1919.
Yeah.
But and also too, the bigger thing is that as everything else and everybody else's quarterbacks are getting paid, Jared Goff just sitting there under contract makes him more valuable to the Lions. It's at 11 now. Where do you expect it to be started the season? You know what I'm saying? Because Lamar, you're talking about Lamar, you're talking about Daniel Jones. To me, Daniel Jones. And I believe Jared Goff's a better quarterback. Daniel Jones is more mobile, but they both fit the system that they're in. And where the money's at 30, 35 million, you have to do that, right? If you're the Giants and pay them that money, because you look at the other guys that are going to get, the 45, the 50. What's Geno Smith gonna go for?
35-ish.
35-ish and stuff like this. So they're still making more than your guy, and your guy's better, right? So if you want to show him some love, then you would extend him to be able to put more weapons around him. Why? Because you have more value in the money you can use in your cap. So if it's a long-term plan, you could understand why it would happen now. You're not going to question like you did last time when he extended him.
Absolutely
you would know
not,
exactly
because
say that this is why.
And I'm just, do people understand that? You guys get it, right? Why this was such a master move now that we crushed it at the time that it happened? Because he's cheaper. He's cheaper. They knew where this was going. When you look around the quarterback market and everything like that, Brad Holmes knew what this was going to be.
It definitely is an eye-opener to see what Daniel Jones's market is, the contract that he's going to get, even though I think we all agree that Jared Goff is a better quarterback. Daniel Jones did enough for the Giants next year in this market to warrant a $35 million a year contract. And it's not crazy like we think. And the fact that Jared Goff is cheaper, and especially next year being the 11th highest cap hit amongst quarterbacks, it definitely puts things into perspective. You have to look deep. You have to think about markets. You can't just hear something and then your instinct reaction is to be like, oh, no way.
And that was my whole point about the Goff contract.
You know when it works and we're all on board? Is if you see this extension and you see us go out and sign that guy. Right, sign that linebacker free agent or sign whatever, right? Because you were able to do that, I don't think anybody would argue with that, right? As long as there's a means to the ends and you're showing me.
Right, and you have the ability. And to put all this in perspective, why I was such a proponent of the Goff contract, you know who the 7th highest, as far as cap hits go for quarterbacks, you know who the 5th highest cap hit is? Ryan Tannehill. You know who the 7th highest cap hit is? Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The flexibility matters. The financially friendly angle of it, the non-parachute to get out of it, it matters. The heavy lifting's done with Goff's contract. It's done.
'Cause you can walk away.
You can walk away at any time. So that's where it is. Goff right now is the 10th highest cap hit this year for quarterbacks. And remember, too, again, getting creative with math, Kyler Murray's the 14th highest cap hit. His cap hit next year is $16 million. And then it's like $58 million the following year, whatever that number is. Jesus. But you're locked into it.
Yeah.
But Easy would like it because it's so low this year, so he would think it's a good contract. So that's how he operates. So just want to touch on it because you look at it and that's what it is. And I have a quarterback question. It's kind of like a quarterback Friday, I guess.
Right, but like before we go to, but the one thing is right out there. You don't want to be in a position like Baltimore is, right, with Lamar, because like all the speculations and thing coming out. But this is a $50 million guy that you're going to have to, in order to bring him back, pay that guy that much money.
It's interesting you bring that up. Dad with Tourette says you can't have mediocre take up 25% of your cap. Well, Dad's, he only takes up 13. And he's middle of the road as far as cap hits go. WoodwardSports.com chat poll it. Was Jared Goff a, quote, middle of the road quarterback next year? If this isn't 90-10, because there are, 10% Goff deniers.
But even Spenny's a Goff denier,
and even he admits.
But he understands. Like, Spenny, you got to be comfortable where this is at. Where Brad Holmes, to me, as you break it down, Neal, Brad Holmes and Steve Yzerman operate more out of the same playbook. Different rules because NFL and NHL, but how to maneuver money, how to get it off your books, how to retain draft picks, how to extend yourself so you don't have to use the parachute or whatever else.
Real quick before we cut to the break, Paul Thomas says good content on this show. I appreciate that, Paul. Thanks, man. Michael Bell says Goff extension coming. And Bob Johnson says Goff isn't worth more than $40 million. Well, you're getting him for $30. So you got a 25% discount. So apparently you're on the side. And I'm on the side of Comfort Foods at Big Boy. Wintertime Detroit's always better with Comfort Foods from Big Boy. Give Spenmo Racks the classic meatloaf.
Give me the loaf.
Cajun chicken Alfredo. You more of a breakfast kind of person? Cool. The stuffed potato pancakes, they're back. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. It's all there for you at Big Boy. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning. It's officially free tan week until tomorrow, everybody, so get on it. New customers can go to any Chili Peppers Tanning location to get any level UV tanning for free. It runs through tomorrow. 50% off all lotions, including the hits. That's right, Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, and Spenmo, yes, even including Swedish Beauty Lotion, your favorite. Oh, yeah. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. Go to chilipepperstanning.com. Find out which one of the 27 locations works best for you. It's free tanning till tomorrow. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans are at Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tan?
Yay, yay. Pulling up on the second hour. Man, it's the second hour of the show already?
Blazing by on a Friday.
We are cooking on a Friday. I love Friday shows, man. It's just a vibe, bro. Yeah. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy is Darren McCarty. Spenmo Rack, Sam Flannel. You know the squad, all of you. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ryan says, I watch because of DMAC, not the other guy. Well, Ryan, it's interesting because I look at the WoodwardSports.com chat thread for Honolulu Blue Sparty and Mike G, and not for Ryan. So I guess we're even on that.
There you go.
But yeah, we're talking quarterbacks right now. What?
Savage Friday.
Why can't it?
There you go.
Both things can
like
be true.
what you like. Just we're glad you're here.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine.
Thank you.
Machiavelli sucks to go. Jesus Christ, Goff is good. You haters are weird. And Machiavelli, because I asked a question. I said, was Jared Goff a middle-of-the-road quarterback last year? And 81% of you say no. So it's about in the range that I thought it was. Although Spenmo, you were a Goff hater, self-admitted.
Yes.
Even you have come full circle and say he was one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
He had a fantastic year, for sure.
So there it is. Do you admit he's a good value in the pantheon of what quarterbacks are paid?
Yeah, I mean, if Daniel Jones is getting $35 million, yeah.
And Geno Smith will be.
That one blows my mind.
It's sobering, that's for sure.
He had one good year. He's about to get paid $35 million a season.
At least Goff has had a couple good years.
Yeah.
So
no, but do you not like your spot? Like, come on. I mean, we got to like our spot with what we got with our quarterback and our guy with everything else going on around the league. Like I mentioned before, is like, what's Lamar going to do? What's Aaron Rodgers going to do? These are all like the $50 million guys and stuff like this. And we're sitting here with a guy, not only do I think I have confidence in him, our offensive coordinator, and our offense to even be as good or better with another year. Like that, do we not like our spot? I mean, I remember like how divided, and not even divided. I think it was 75-25. There's only 25% that were really like, I think Goff can work. Now it's come around. I mean, thank goodness Spenny's, he has his feelings about Goff, but reality is he's done this, and even Spenny, I'm not going to speak for you, but you got to be happy looking around the landscape of quarterback salary caps and all this of where your quarterback's at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in the camp that he's not our quarterback for the future, but as of right now, as of playing how he played last year and where he's at right now, yeah, I'm happy with it.
And I do agree. I see in the chat thread about we need a backup because if you go, well, okay,
yeah,
Brad Holmes came out and addressed that and said that they need to address that. So if he's saying that, Neal, that means that when he looks at his list, it's near the top of his list of what he's going to do, whether it's to draft a guy, whether it's to sign a backup, whatever it is. So I guess we're so used to inadequacy in our sports teams, and why would that? Well, nobody's won a playoff series for 10 years. You already told us that.
Yeah.
So it's okay for us to come out of the freeze and thaw a little bit and get, okay, because what you're telling me, no matter what, is that the weaponization of our salary cap that Brad Holmes can do, he's got options too. Just like we were talking about.
He's got
Heisman. Options.
He can pass that bitch like Stockton. You know, like he can if he wants to. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G says, Rule breaker. Thanks, man. Does that make me a fine local WSN chatter? Mike G is a very fine chatter.
Mike G's the GOAT.
Very fine chatter. Well, Mike G and I vibe. Other than Michigan, we vibe. Yeah. Sandy says, I watch for Spencer and Flannel, not the other two guys.
Yeah. We know that. We know that. That's why you show up in person, Sandy, so you can get eyes on us there. But I'm here for Spenny.
But we are talking NFL quarterbacks, and you know, what do you do, right? Like, so I did have a couple questions for people. We won't spend a ton of time on it. So the move is, right, for Baltimore with Lamar, they're going to tag him, right?
They have to. You have to. You can't let him walk.
And that tag is what,
40-ish?
40 million.
Yeah, 40-ish million will be the tag on that.
Yeah, but he's just going to pout the whole time.
He said before he wouldn't play.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Which I know.
Hey,
look how that worked for Le'Veon. Like,
right, but I'm saying though, like, well, Le'Veon did get the money.
Yeah, but not nearly as much as he would have.
He got the money eventually. It's just I have a hard time saying I'm not going to play, and they can do it for 2 years.
Yeah.
So they could tag you for 2 years.
But no way in hell they tag him a second. They tag him second year, it's going to be like 55 million, 60 million.
Now they could also non-exclusive tag him, where he could still negotiate with other teams, and then they get 2 first-round picks as compensation.
Dude, what? I'd do that. What the hell?
Well, the rationalization is that you can get more by trading him.
Yeah.
By tagging him and trading him.
That's fair.
So, which I would agree you probably would.
Aren't we usually in these conversations, or no, we're not? But isn't it like when you look around, there's complications all around the league, like this Baltimore, which hasn't gone away, Green Bay, stuff like this. I'm sitting here going, man, it's cool to be in Detroit right now, be the Lions and have our guy. And because Baltimore just hired what do you make of this, Neal? Because Baltimore hired a new offensive coordinator that they said, we asked Lamar, we used his input, but then again, they come out and say that in the end, they told him that, well, Lamar might be your guy and he might not be your guy. Like, what's going on over? Is there something that is not being reported and we're missing, or is this strictly just pay me my money?
I think it's just strictly pay me. Okay. I think it's strictly guarantee me my money.
Guarantee me my money.
He saw Deshaun Watson's contract and he wants that.
And that's what it is. So, and that's where everybody, well, he's injury prone, I wouldn't pay him. Somebody will. Mm-hmm. Somebody out there will. So, I mean, for me, and like the Jalen Hurts thing, what's Jalen Hurts worth? Sam Flannel, you're the GM. What are you paying Jalen Hurts? Because I'll play the part of Jalen Hurts' agent when you're done.
Shoot, I mean, probably as much as Deshaun Watson at this point. He had an amazing Super Bowl. One of the best performances in a Super Bowl loss in Super Bowl history, and he was runner-up in the MVP vote.
Outperformed Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Are you not going, like, if you're Howie Rosen and Jalen Hurts' agent, are you not in Philadelphia trying to get a team-friendly, big deal, like $450 over 10 years like Mahomes did, with the maneuverability like Kansas City has, where you're bringing it up that, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like something like that, because I could see it. With Jalen Hurts in Philly, with the belief, with Sirianni, with everything that he says, because when Jalen Hurts talks, right, I believe he's the genuine and everything that he says, and whatever else. So the fact is that I would look to be doing something like that, right? Maybe it's 10 at 500. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but team maneuverability to help the team and not hinder the team, sort of like you're seeing in KC.
What about this? Mike Bell just kind of boiled it all down. Mike Bell said, "Let's cut the ish and get to the heart of the matter." Would you take Lamar Jackson at $50 million, giving up 2 first-rounders, or Jared Goff at $35 million and no picks?
Jared Goff, $35 million and no picks.
Ooh, that's Spenmo saying that.
I'm not in the business of paying anybody $50 million unless it's Patrick Mahomes.
What about Joe Burrow? He's coming up soon.
But to trade assets and then have to pay $50 million.
So you're getting on my side here with the Jared Goff thing.
Yeah,
you are.
I was never go out and sign a $50 million quarterback because I want a young quarterback. You got to draft your quarterback in the future. That's my thought process.
Yeah, like who is worth $50 million in 2 draft picks?
Nobody.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Right. Mahomes. Maybe Hurts. You know, then you're getting into, like, are you Herbert, you know, like whatever else.
Trevor
But Jared Goff at $35 million and that $15 million middle linebacker, I like that better.
It's funny to me, man, because this Deshaun Watson contract really changed everything. Really changed everything.
How, in your opinion, how fast did it, like, speed things up or screw things or really throw a wrench in the plan? Is it because of
for quarterbacks or for owners?
What's that?
For quarterbacks or for owners?
For quarterbacks.
Oh, I mean, quarterbacks love it, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like this is bad for business, but not bad for the player.
Yeah,
because he just absolutely what did shoot up the average, like 10 million?
Mm-hmm. Deshaun Watson's the biggest cap hit in football next year at $55 million.
Jeez. And what if Deshaun Watson just sucks now? What if he never gets it back?
I don't think that's going to happen, but $55 million is ridiculous.
It's on the board, though. He was atrocious. Jacoby Brissett was an infinitely better quarterback than Deshaun Watson last year.
Tyler Huntley was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, but you can't miss 2 seasons at the highest level.
I understand.
This year, this will tell the tale. I think you're on point, though, Sam. I mean, could be the worst money ever spent because the fall from grace.
Kirk Ford in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread says these NFL quarterback contracts are getting out of control. You know what, Kirk? That's not on the quarterbacks.
No.
Why do the owners always have to be protected from themselves, or these GMs? Why do they always have to be protected from themselves? You are worth what someone gives you, what someone offers you. That's what you're
Neal,
worth.
In that aspect. What are you talking about? Look at, they're going to go just to another position. Look at the wide receivers. Look at the safeties. Look at the linebackers. You're paying friggin' a receiver $25, $30 million. Come on. That's ridiculous. Receivers get paid like quarterbacks. But again, your point, it's the owners.
It is the owners. And hey, Sam Flannel, tell them about Swiss, man.
Absolutely. Swiss Insurance, of course, because Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It is very rewarding, but comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are protected. You can call Swiss Insurance or you can email them at mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. We're chopping up about quarterbacks here. And, you know, when I asked a question, what's Jalen Hurts worth? I saw remarks anywhere from $45 million to $55 million. So it's out there. That's about the neighborhood. And if I'm Jalen Hurts' agent, you guys know how I work with this. I go to the Eagles people and I have a copy of Deshaun Watson's contract. And I say, this is where we start because he's a better quarterback than him. That's where we start.
Isn't that where everybody starts because they're all a better quarterback than him?
Hey, man. And then I say, don't be mad at me.
It's legit.
Be mad at your guy in Cleveland.
One thing. I don't think that this is very hard that this Philly quarterback deal gets done because we've heard everybody from the owner say, no, he's everything we want. These conversations will make it. Now, Jalen Hurts, he seems like the guy that that there is enough money out there. He can leave some for the next guy because he's both team. So in this situation, right, I think that it'll benefit both of them.
And for me too, because people see the Patrick Mahomes contract, they see 10 at $450, but really it's 10 at $450, but it all comes down to what's guaranteed, because that's what you're on the hook for. Well, and he took a light number.
And that's the thing. He's going to come with the Deshaun Watson contract where we start, but I want to do it more like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and for me, if I was in that situation, I would say, hey, let's bump up the guarantee and lower the AAV.
Whatever
let's do it
works.
that
And I think
way.
he's listening because, okay, explain to me how this gets me another center or another guy to protect me or whatever. And the plan is that they're transparent. That's a winning organization. You know, they got aspirations that they're only going to get better. They got to replace a few guys, obviously. Guys retiring and moving on. But this organization, they're going to be back, led by this guy.
Joey, 2 times, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Sack avoidance is probably the most underrated trait when discussing quarterback play. And I do agree to that.
Sack avoidance, yeah.
I mean, hey, Spenny, it's real.
I know, it's just funny verbiage.
It is. No, I get it. Wait, you think that was geeky? Wait till this. In 2022, the average sack cost a team minus 1.75 EPA, which I don't know what that means.
Ladies, you can get my sack for free.
at a -0, which is reciprocal to a 21-yard gain by the offense. And I don't know the math on that, and I was told there would be no math. But we talk about it all the time. The sack is almost the new turnover, because as we what? The sack.
You've heard it hundreds of times watching football, Spencer.
I don't know why it's popping me right now, but it's just sack avoidance, big sack. Like, I don't know. It's just funny.
Sack avoidance is Mount Everest of geeky, though. I got to give Joey 2 times that. Good Lord.
No, it is, and I understand.
Yeah, but we don't know what that is because our guy has a hard time with that one.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good one.
Well, I think the offensive line plays into sack avoidance, too, and we'll never get credit for it under any metric.
Yeah, but look at that little thing. Right, where Jalen Hurts proved it to avoid that last touch. We saw Patrick Mahomes scurry, scamper. Like, there is that next level of being able to get just the nick of time out of the way. Mm-hmm. Some of these guys are better at it than others, and he should be paid for that.
It's Friday, Mike G. I'll give you this one. Sack avoidance, that's like the opposite of Deshaun Watson.
Give him the mic drop, ladies and gentlemen, and you wonder why Neal's here for Mike G. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was like right up there with Kuwalik These Nuts.
It was on par with it. Yeah, we will say that. It's Friday, Mike G. I'll give you that one. So
I like it.
There you go.
Factual.
Wolverines Nation said, how about the Red Wings last night? Absolutely. Download the podcast. Subscribe to our podcast on all the podcast platforms. Big D Energy. You can rewind, fast forward, all of it. We talked about them at great length. Probably longer than we even should have. But you know what? I'm feeling it with the Red Wings, and they deserve it because we haven't won a playoff series in over a decade in this town. And I got the juice right now for the Red Wings, and I'm feeling it. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. I love the sack talk. All right, guys. Let's do it. Come on. I'll wait. You got about a 20-second delay or so I'll wait. D-Mac, what do you got lined up for the weekend? I'll give the 20-second delay going right now.
Yeah, if you want, I got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I'll actually be in Battle Creek tomorrow morning for an autograph signing from 10 to noon on. Then the afternoon, I'll be dropping the puck for the Stalls game, but I'll be down in Southfield for the Alumni versus the Michigan Warriors hockey game. So I know I said earlier hockey is what I did and I do, not who I am. Well, I'm getting out there again, because we'll do anything for charity.
All right, here we go. You filled that exactly perfectly. Xavier Dubon says, big sack show. Yes, I guess it is. Jeb Large says, I'm thankful my mom didn't have sack avoidance. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Nobody has better sack avoidance than D-Mac Scissors.
Yeah.
Rampage tonight.
Hey, yo!
If you haven't seen it.
Yep.
Hey, I get the Spenny pop every time.
Yep. Shane says, tune in next Friday for Sack Mania.
Mike, hey. The Woodward Sports says we should have a Friday drinking game on every time the sack is said.
Yep. So go ahead. Get it in, guys.
Oh, man.
Go get it in. Go ahead.
Too much pressure in the sacks because Dirty Dr. D.
Yep.
Oh, man. That's good
Go
stuff.
ahead.
That's good stuff.
Go ahead, guys. Come on.
Next Friday, hey, you know what? Royal Rumble this weekend. Catch it next Friday, Sackamania.
Yeah.
All right, are we done?
Thanks,
Nick Hedigen says sackety sack sack.
Yeah. Tom Brady posted his sack awareness on Instagram the other day.
He did. Floating out
true.
those new Tom Brady TV 12 undies.
Mike G. Tom Mazaway loved the New York Sack Exchange. That's like multiple sacks on him.
Hey, yo!
Peaceful Tim, Spencer high sacked at the chat. Francis Garcia being basic. Ball sacks are where it's at. Go ahead, guys.
Scissors
Come on.
and sacks. That's all we need. Scissors and sacks. Is sacks like the bag or no? Is that like getting the bag?
Got my sack.
Dom Rivera talking about avoiding the sack pressure. I like releasing the pressure. So there you go.
You got to do it at least 4 times a week.
Lots of scissors. Juan Green, I'm going to church on Sunday. Is that sacrilegious?
Hey, yo! Oh, give him the mic drop. That's a goodie. That's a goodie.
Man. Nick says sacks to the left of me, sacks to the right. Here I am, stuck in the sack with you.
Stuck in the sack with you.
See, we got scissors and sacks this weekend. What's the theme of the week there? Flannel Sam, can't even pronounce your name.
Sacrilegious is so funny.
Napcod says in his spare time, D-Mac plays the saxophone. So.
Got him!
People love the sacrilegious too.
Sacrilegious is great.
Let's Go Red Wings Party says, man, I'm crying right now. Apollo says, what's the D without the sacks? They are kind of codependent, aren't they?
Listen, I see it in here, but I'm going to counter. D Eagle 313 says Hutch has a nasty sack, but James Houston's sack is way nastier. See how low his sack can get?
Oh, my God.
He gets low on that sack, boys.
A D's 411. It's a sack attack. Oh, my gosh. Shane says, Jesus made the ultimate sacrifice.
Hey, yo! Wait, but you know who the best sack of all time? Maybe Joe Sakic?
Joe Sakic. Who's your favorite sack? 248.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Sack of nails.
It all started with sack avoidance.
Okay. All right, we got to circle the wagon. Here we go. Francis Garcia, the Sacramento Kings suck. They are overrated.
They are. Hey, yo!
Sacramento's
Cut
going
those sacks in half.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sam Flannel was telling me he hopes it lines up for the Lakers to play Sacramento in the playoffs because they'll beat them.
Yeah.
Which
Man.
Santa's got the biggest sack, though, but Black Santa's got a bigger sack.
Yeah.
You know that? Got him!
Oh, man. Alex Merrill, Santa's got the biggest sack, though. He certainly does. He certainly does. People laughing at the Joe Sakic as well. And we can do that. And you know what? This was great.
That was fun.
Carried 4 minutes of the show talking about sacks.
You gotta love it.
Listen, your favorite store, Saks Fifth Avenue.
Saks Fifth Avenue, yeah. Are we done? Macho poncho salesman, sack flannels. So there's that.
LFG, sexual.
That's sexual.
That's the perfect.
That's a great
That's
one.
the great line to stop.
Nice job.
Nice job, everybody. Good job, everybody.
Very well done.
Let's Go Red Wings Party. We needed this before Tigers talk.
Yes.
Ironically enough, we'll go from Sacks to Tigers. One and the same after I tell you about Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports. That's right. You see it right there. Over my shoulder, home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere for just $10 per month. Just wrapped up the week there at Planet Fitness. Love it. Guys, I really, really do. Monday, we were out in Novi, Planet Fitness, a couple miles away from where we were. Planet Fitness, a couple miles from here. Planet Fitness, couple miles from my home. They're everywhere. Over 2,000 of them worldwide, and you get access to all of them with the Black Card. Join today in club. Pass one of those on your way home. Pull in. Join there. Jump on the computer. Go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is a sexual.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our Lumberjack, Blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Sack Flannel, Spencer Raxter as well. Happy to have you all with us here today. We're done talking about the from ball sacks and sacks to Tigers baseball.
Big Stack Energy, I love it.
Yeah, Big Stack Energy here.
It's Friday.
Man, I should have waited. I gave in too quickly there.
Oh man, that was awesome.
It was fun though. I do like doing that on a Friday. It's fun. I know everybody wants to do it, and they did. Rack lumber sack pad cakes. Okay. All right. Are we done?
Yeah, we can be done.
Are we done? Everybody exhale? We good? Hey, let's talk Tigers, everybody. All right. Somebody asked me earlier.
Speaking of sack.
Yeah. Somebody asked me earlier about why does Neal have the New York Mets hat on today? And I wore it today because I knew we were talking Tigers baseball. And the reason I wore it is because, as you look at the Tigers, and it's very clear what the plan is. They're bottoming out financially. It's rebuild number 2, right on the heels of rebuild number 1. The second rebuild has started. That's what it is. The reason for the Mets hat is I just hope that the Tigers franchise, like we could get a couple of cornerstone pitchers, like a Justin Verlander or a Max Scherzer, and maybe get somebody like that on the same rotation. And the reason I'm wearing this Mets hat is because it's my de facto Tigers hat. Because they have pitchers like Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer.
Not like.
Together. No, they have Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer together. If only we could find a way here in Detroit to get those two frontline pitchers on the pitching staff to compete for a World Series.
Yeah, like 4 Cy Young winners on the same pitching staff. That would be. I wish we could ever do that.
Yeah. So, that's why I have the Mets hat on today, D-Mac, because that's all you got, and that's all you're going to get. And, guys, look, we're going to be downtown. I'm cutting the vacation with the fam one day short, so I can get back here to be downtown to do the opening day extravaganza.
Oh, yeah.
But be prepared for what you guys are going to get.
You already know who's hitting cleanup? You're that excited?
Yeah. Be prepared for what you're going to get.
You're going to get a lot of drunk spending.
A lot of drunk spending. It's
a little sack. A lot of drunk spending. Yeah. That's what you're getting.
Well, I thought you were wearing the hat because that if you had a choice of which training camp, spring training you go to, it would be the Mets. To go watch like you said, your former pitchers.
My Tigers.
Your Tigers.
That are playing for the Mets right now. Because that's what it is. Ownership's sitting it out, guys. They can tell you what they want. And look, I can be on board, and I will do this today. I will do this next week. I will do this on opening day downtown. Scott Harris and this team, 2 different entities to me. And I will always give that qualifier. I can be on board with Scott Harris. I can be on board with the moves he made in terms of scouting and who he brought in. And what did they do? He went and got the best in the business because ownership made a choice. They're going Tampa Bay Rays style. That's what they're doing. But to do that, you got to have the best in the business at talent evaluation, which is a clear 180 from the last guy that was here. And I'll cut you off there. Yes, I will bring him up. Because the reason we're going through rebuild number 2 is because of the guy that couldn't do the job in rebuild number 1. The Justin Verlander thing, how you like that return? That cornerstone return. That's what it is, guys.
Jake Rogers.
He's coming back. He was on pace to hit 20 home runs before he got hurt.
Yep.
Franklin Perez. He's back in camp, I heard. Can't wait. Is he really?
86.
Can't wait to see him pitch at Comerica this year. Can't wait to see him come in relief to hold down win number 1 of the season. And guys, you know what's even going to be more depressing? They're at Tampa and at Houston to start the season.
Oof.
So what do you put a win total on this? Do you not even worry about it?
I'll be stunned if they have 2 wins.
My big thing is like, so where are we going to get these pieces? Who are these pieces? Obviously, the Riley Greens and the Spencer Torkelsons are sort of more on the hot seat because of the expectations. I just look at guys like Casey Mize, who's coming off Tommy John, and then we find out yesterday that, oh, by the way, after he had Tommy John, that back issue, that lumbar issue that they let linger for months, he had surgery on it too. So, who is going to, be this next guy? There really isn't. You're on the Miggy farewell tour.
That's it. By 3 caveats.
This is a Miggy farewell tour.
Absolutely. Is he the player he was? No, but this is it. It's over after this year.
Still the greatest Tiger ever. So
yeah,
show him some respect.
Show him respect. I will not handle that, D-Mac. When they're 1-6 to start the year, when they come back here and opening day doesn't sell out, there will be no Miggy slander. Not on this show.
Opening day is going to sell out for sure.
You think so?
Yes. 1,000%.
You think so?
Opening day, Miggy's last year, it's going to sell out.
Okay.
So if I'm more on your page, Spenny. Nice day. Baseball's coming out. People don't care about the game. They're going to check it out. It's going to be downtown opening day festive. He's like, we want more than winning the game. But Neal, what's the timeline for the Scott Harris to implement him? And I think
to do it this way? Because there's nothing in the minors right now.
What's that?
Nothing. There's not
That's
one desirable player in the minors.
So at least you have the best guys that are going to go out and find that talent.
D-Mac, I want everyone to understand this. To do it this way, 4 years minimum.
Well, I was going to say, guys, here's the reality of it. We could talk about it when we're downtown for the Stanley Cup Finals in 4 years, getting ready for the right around because opening day just happened. That maybe, hey, wow, Stanley Cup Finals, got a baseball game. This team actually, we got a few players now. That's 4 years from now.
4 years minimum.
4 years from now. Hey, there's great places to eat downtown, a great way to be downtown, but you're going to go down there and the ball game is going to be a secondary caveat. But it's always been. When's the last time it wasn't?
Going on a decade ago.
When those guys were pitching?
When our Tigers were down there pitching. Yeah. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G. Side note, I'd like to kick Alavila in his sack. Alan Nelson. Is Alavila the Bob Quinn of baseball?
He's worse.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah.
At least he drafted Megatron.
Yeah, at least he drafted some people.
He is worse. And yes, I'm going to keep doing it. And Jeremy Anderson, let the boys play first. No, because I know what's about to happen. And I hope you do too. And I'm not saying don't go. Because of what D-Mac said.
Just don't bring expectations of this team sucks and you know what it's going to be. Hopefully somebody comes out of this and shines, and the Torkelson and the Greens, or somebody that we don't know, because to make themselves a star.
I just don't want. I don't want people. I'm trying to trying to find a nice way to say this.
Well, then don't.
I don't want
say
people.
It mean.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up.
Dude.
Don't do that.
Neal, you're going to tell them on opening day who their cleanup hitter is. And last year was Jamer Candelario. This year it's this. Mic drop. Move on.
And then I'm going to go have drinks with Spenny.
Enjoy your summers. Go to this stand because they got the best beer and this has got a great hot dog. And you can take the family out and it's going to be a little bit cheaper and enjoy the downtown. But don't come in and go see the other teams play.
For years, D-Mac.
Yeah.
Years. Plural. And I know this sounds bad, and it's supposed to be about hope and optimism because, Tigers pitchers and catchers have reported. No. What? No. Guys, and there's nothing in the farm system. Nothing. The worst farm system in baseball. That's what it is. I didn't make it that way. Don't be mad at me. Jan says, WoodwardSports.com chat poll, who's the worst GM, Millen, Quinn, or Avila? Man, it's tough between Quinn and Avila. Jan says, sack the like button. Thank you. Okay. If it's show pertinent, I'll say it the rest of the show.
It's fair.
But it's got to be show pertinent. Yeah, so, again, Jeremy, no, I'm not. Hey, and look, Jeremy Anderson says, I'll never miss a game. I'm the biggest Tigers optimist there is. And, Jeremy, I'm not attacking you for that. Like what you like, man. And, hey, you know what, Jeremy? I watch a lot of baseball in the summer.
So do I.
Jeremy, I'll follow him, and you know what? There's no better follow, in my opinion, and I'm biased, but Rogelio with Woodward Tigers and stuff like that to stay up to date. And here's the one thing. I'm using my Wings fandom from the past 10 years of getting into the minors and finding out who are the young ones coming up. Neal says, we don't have anything right now. We got to build, but we will build on it. So you could follow it. I'll tune in the Tigers game. I'll go down there to enjoy it, but my expectations are zero. And maybe that's good because maybe we can enjoy the journey having zero expectations for anything on this team.
For a long time.
That's fine. So pay attention to something else. Neal, you said you're going to pay attention to your family this weekend, so maybe that's something you got to do this
don't
summer.
Make it sound like that, Demon. You're going to pay attention. I have a family?
You said...
Are those people that are in my house?
You know the one that you had to get the second furnace for because they were bitching and moaning? Yeah. That's funny.
No. But yeah, guys, it's real. It's real. Donovan Strong, who's worse, Avila or Van Gundy? Oh, Avila by far.
For sure, yeah.
By far. So, guys,
well, it's
that's
like
what
because
it's
they
going to be.
nuked it. At least with Millen, you left something in the cupboard, and with Quinn, you see when a good GM, responsible guy comes in, look at how quick Brad Holmes fixed those mistakes, and they didn't let him linger and let him linger and let him linger. So it's got to be out.
Let's go Red Wing Sparty says, it'll be telling what kind of owner Chris is after this year when they can't hang attendance on Miggy's farewell season. Does he start spending, or is he content with throwing garbage in our faces?
They're not spending.
No.
Guys,
you
all
nailed
the
it. You
personnel
nailed it.
moves.
They had a decision to buy their way out of this or build their way out of this. And he went, let's go Tampa, build their way out. There is no money. Hopefully it goes to the district. Because we got to get ready for the Super Bowl.
It's true.
There's other things going on in the city. You can pass by Comerica and walk in and stuff like that, but just don't expect the wins and losses.
Yeah, and that's the path.
Are we the
that we're
worst
taking.
team in Major League Baseball, or we still better than KC?
Yeah. KC and the Nationals are both going to be really bad.
Pirates are always bad. But see the difference. They got World Series that they can look back on.
Yep.
That's the difference.
Father, you're right.
That's what's different. And you can, we can boil it all down all you want. You can hang it. You can have your "We run the Central, we own the Central" T-shirts.
The A's are going to be really bad too. Kill us.
Yeah, but they always find a way.
The fact that all the rest of those teams have championships and they can sit back on it, that is so sexual because we all know that only uptime matters. At Alta, baby! Uptime matters the most. At Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a bog project coming up. Alta Rent, they got you covered. Give them a call today. 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Coming down the stretch here on a Friday, Big D Energy. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel here with you. Happy to have you along for the ride. And pitchers and catchers reported yesterday. And it sounds harsh how I'm talking. And it's coming across more harsh than I even thought it would. But this is the reality. And I don't think people realize? Can we WoodwardSports.com chat that? Do you even realize how bad the Tigers are?
Do you see?
Because I don't think we do. I still think people think, remember the optimism from last year? People think, well, there'll be some positive regression, if that's even a term. They'll bounce back, right? They all can't be that bad again. I think Javi Baez can swing and miss at 52% of the sliders thrown to him just as easily this year as he did last year.
Isn't he one of the guys that you could see even having a worse season?
100%. Because he's one of those dudes, right? He plays on emotion. You know what I'm saying?
There's no emotion there.
And
zero emotion after opening day.
Well, it's just that's positive and negative, right? Like I'm sure you play with guys like that where the emotional type player that when it's positive, dude, it brings a lot out of them. But when it's negative, it takes a lot.
Well, that's where playoffs come in, right? Where
Yeah.
guys can dial it up to that next level all the time, and you know what? When it's not there, it's that focus to get dialed in, right? We see that, and especially in baseball, where you see guys that are dialed in, and it's tough when you're going out there and literally like 2 weeks or a month into the season, you got no shot at nothing, right? You're just playing the rest of the games. Play the rest of the games. That's gotta suck.
Yeah, here's something for you too. Next year's payroll, assuming they don't bring Miguel Cabrera back for that team option, next year's payroll is going to be about $54 million. And just to bring that around for you, the New York Mets payroll this year is $330 million.
How do you compete? Well, you got so you're saying
Max Scherzer.
So you're saying that. Hey, to me, that means that we got somewhere to build to.
I'll even back that up again to say,
that's funny.
Tigers payroll, assuming they don't bring Miggy back, will be about $54 million. Next year, Scherzer and Verlander's payroll will be about $87 million. Just for those two.
Yeah, but there's a guy that believes in.
He's not playing around.
Doesn't play around.
Well, Steve Cohen is not playing around, man.
No.
So, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, do you truly realize how bad the Tigers are? 55% of you say yes, 35% of you say you're crying through the pain. Fletcher, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, they can't spend. The farm system's destroyed. They need to build from the ground up. Fletcher, you can do both. There's no law that says you can't spend it, and that's my problem with it.
Fletch.
You can wake up tomorrow and say, damn it, we're going to be good. Like, I don't know, Steve Cohen's doing with the Mets. You can do that.
It's the only sport.
It's the only sport. You're absolutely right. D-Mac, I wanted to get your take on this. And we're not allowed to play the video, right?
You're not. No.
I don't know if you guys out there saw it making the rounds on social media. Nashville Predator fan threw a catfish on the ice during play, like as the puck was going up the ice. And you know catfish, they're rather large
and ugly.
How big was this catfish?
It was a big one.
It was good size.
Yeah.
Like
30 pounder, 20 pounder, 10, 15 pounder,
about
this
15,
long.
20 pounder.
Okay, well, etiquette. They obviously didn't learn how to properly wait till the play is done, because you don't, even when you do that, part of it is respecting the rules and stuff like that. B, what smells worse, an octopus or a catfish? Not sure, but I got to think that there's pretty big stank on that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for, doing stuff like the traditions and stuff like this, but not when it messes with the play. Who picked it up off the ice? And what was your question?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Let's Go Red Wings Party said, dude, that thing splattered when it hit, too.
Did they blow the whistle right then? Like, did it interfere in the play?
Yes, it did.
It did.
It did interfere in the play. And then they had to go back out. They had to scoop it up or whatever it is.
Dude,
that
you
they
don't
do.
even understand. Like, when you the ink of the octopus when they throw it on the ice, or like fish or whatever like that, it stays there. You got to scrape it up. I told the story is that when they used to throw the octopus on Joe Louis Arena ice, we'd try to hit the guys early in the shift and bury their face in the stench so that it would be on their shirt the whole game, and it would it just threw some guys off.
But I guess the question is, like, why are they trying so hard to be Detroit?
Flattery, the imitation is the best form of flattery, I guess, because they sort of, I don't know, the fact of why the catfish, what the story of the catfish is. I've seen it before and stuff like that, which is cool. But again, it ruins everything when you do it during the play and you take away from the game.
You're going to hurt somebody.
Well, I didn't even think of that.
Tripping on a catfish?
Well, no, but something like that. You don't throw it during the play because then you'd... Here's the one thing that happens, right? You use that as a momentum piece. It's the same thing as when the Octopus are on the ice. You see Al Sabak come out and swing the Octopus in the playoffs. That's like getting everybody involved. This would only be a deterrent, I would think.
You would think.
To the home team.
That's it, right in the middle of the screen, right there. Right in front of the Nashville player on the ice.
You see it sitting there between. Look at that thing.
That's a catfish.
They do have funny looks on their faces, don't they? Catfish.
So what happened? Did they find the guy? Well, no wonder they were down 4-0. I get it. I got a little emotion, a little care. The fact that he brought it in, he wasn't thinking that. Yeah, I mean, no, there's no place during the play. I'm not, grumpy old dude, but just wait till so everybody can get a hoot and a holler out of it.
Why don't they just come up with their own thing? Why they got to bite on us?
They think it is their own thing because it's not an octopus, it's catfish.
Oh, okay.
Right? You would think that, there'd be cowboy hats or something like Patrick. I don't know. Neal, I compete. Here's the one thing where I realize, right? You compete with yourself, right? So imitation is the best form of flattery and stuff like that. And still, they don't know how to do it right. Obviously, they've never won a cup. And obviously, they throw it during the play. Yeah. And they want to be like a great atmosphere, great country thing, but it's that transplant.
It's like
so they're trying, Neal. They're trying too hard.
They are.
Taylor Lewan called Nashville Hockey Town a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah, whatever Taylor Lewan says, whatever he says is right.
Yeah, I mean, but again,
get your man,
that's
Sam
cool.
Flannel.
Yeah.
I get what they're trying to do. I'm not busting on them trying to be like, want to be music, hockey music town, right? You're not hockey town. I get what you're trying to do, but where did he get that? He went to the University of Michigan, so he was around hockey town. He said, that's a great idea. Let me try to implement it. I don't blame him for it.
Here's a funny thing for you. So I fish a lot with the kids, like bass fishing and stuff like that, sunfish, all that kind of stuff.
There's no way that you unhook a fish. The kids do it. You touch the fish?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Wow, you know that? Like, don't mess around with my boy Neal.
But here's the funny part of that, though. in the back of my mind, I'm terrified that I'm going to catch a catfish because you can't grab them, right, Spenmo? You a fishing guy?
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't grab the whiskers.
Oh, you got to grab them.
Yeah, you got to grab
inside their mouth. That's why they catfish with their arms.
So you do it like a bass then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of like hook the lip.
Yeah.
Don't you like break its jaw or whatever? Don't they weigh like 30 pounds? Or
Some they can get real big.
Yeah.
You're not going to find any too big around here though.
Chuck says Neal
the
pays
big
the
ones
butler.
they fish with their arms.
Yeah, those videos are sweet.
Chuck says Neal pays the butler extra to do the worms and the hook parts.
Thank you. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
Bob Johnson says you grab it through the gills. So
it's the stingers they have on their face.
Yeah, because I've caught pike and stuff like that before. And, you kind of like grab the back of its neck and unhook it and then send it on its way. Because I don't keep them. What am I? You want me to clean a fish?
Yeah.
No.
I've filleted a fish a couple times.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I bet you have.
Oh yeah.
Let's as we ride off into the weekend, questions for D-Mac. We haven't done that in a minute. Or for Sam Flannel. How about that? Sack Flannel or D-Mac? Questions for those two in the chat as we go to the last break. Let's ride off into the weekend properly. Sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It helps fight the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or someone you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com, thesportsma.com, the sports marketing agency. They're here to help.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle, baby. Talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Final segment of the week, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Questions for D-Mac and for Sack Flannel in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. By the way, too, tomorrow night, ESPN, our guy Josh Parisian, heavyweight fight, UFC. Check that out, UFC Fight Night on ESPN. I think he's the third to last fight. He's an underdog 2-1.
That's a big deal, dude. We saw our guy when he was in there last time get his bell rung but come back.
Yeah. Big fight for him, man.
He's gonna give it everything he's got, and that's all you're gonna have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck, Josh.
Couldn't get the timing right to get him on the show this week, but I told him, I said, when you win, you're on next week. So everybody check that out. Support our guy. He's been a good friend of the show. We're big fans of his. And he's everything you like in an athlete. I'll just say it like that. So tap into that on Saturday night.
Your mom's favorite skater asks about Chomp and Puck. Yes, Chomp and Puck debuts tomorrow, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, myself and Michael Gentry, Spenmo Rax behind the scenes with that one. So, yes, tune in tomorrow. That's where you're going to get the hockey. The Chomp and Puck, it's the I'm going to give you, I have Grind Time with Darren McCarty, which covers everything that I do that I've put on hiatus for a while, but I'm bringing out the hockey side of it. So I'll give you the insight and join it because Daniela Bruce, who you and I know very well for all the things that she does, Oakland and Red Wings, will be our first guest.
Islanders Penguins tonight. Need a draw. We're going soccer style on it, Spenny.
Yeah.
You need a tie. Well, actually, no. I guess not, because you don't want somebody to get 2 points and the other team get one.
You need
a result.
And when you're watching games in the East, you don't want overtime.
Yeah, you don't want both getting points.
You want one team to get 2 points.
Yeah, that's
right.
it.
And usually it's the team that's higher up in the standings you want to win, so you can
catch the team in front of you. Ask Sam Flannel and ask D-Mac Jeb Large. Sam, do you prefer a sack flannel or flannel sack?
I like sack flannel.
I would say sack flannel for that one. Neither would be the correct answer, but if you got to call me one,
you're
sack
screwed now.
flannel. Yeah.
They're going to be going in on that now. Euphorism. Sam, can you name one Michigan baseball player?
Of course, Jimmy Obertop and Chase Allen. Come on now. I know my guys.
He had to have looked that up.
No, he had him in the barrel. I'm proud of him. He knew you were going to go to that.
FJ 1967. DMAC, what's it like to face a teammate you played alongside with, then gets traded mid-season to another team, and you face his new team like next week in the schedule?
Yeah.
But what's that mindset?
Yeah, depending on it, if you're close to him or not, it's you're gonna go. If he comes in, you're gonna go out to dinner, make it as comfortable as possible. Once the puck hits the ice, dude, he's wearing the wrong jersey, so. Maybe you have to line him up and run him over, or he's on the other team. But that's the gladiator mentality until after the game. Then he's your buddy again.
DMAC, do you see Dylan Larkin signing for a contract around $8.5 million? Is he the future captain for at least the length of that contract?
No, I see 8 for 9. And yes, and guys, remember. Darren McCarty, am going to pay my number 2 centerman, which is Dylan Larkin on a championship team, $9 million. Okay? I've said that all along. I started at 8.5. In fact, I'm giving him a raise. So there you go.
There you go. RJ Graham, DMAC, have you walked the catwalk in the Saddle Dome when you played there in Calgary?
I did, man. It's up there, too.
Did you really?
Yeah. I had to go check out the nuances. The Saddle Dome, which now is the oldest building in the league, it's a fun place to play. The ambiance, the atmosphere, it's more of like a living room, right? It is. It's sort of the comfortability of that. Jeffrey Hall, I will tell you this. I love wrestling. It doesn't matter what name it's got on top. AEW, WWE, RPW, ICW. I love wrestling. If I like what's going on and you're telling me a story, I will watch. I could care less what the name on the top and all that bullshit of you have to choose a thing or whatever like that. Rake knows. Rake watches more wrestling with me than I do. We love great storylines, and you know what? You find it in the independent scene a lot more with the commitment in that. So I love the storylines. WWE going into Elimination Chamber, the Bloodline, one of the greatest storylines going right now. AEW, what's going on with MJF? There's great storylines everywhere.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Ask Sack Flannel. How many wins will Scott Frost have this year?
0.
9?
0.
9?
What?
9?
That was my worst take ever. And I've owned it. Come on now. Can we move on? Can everybody please move on? I've owned it. It was a terrible take. I believed in somebody who had no resume outside of that undefeated season at Central Florida. Come on. It wasn't that crazy of a take, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Okay, fine.
DNC-ENT, Neal, can we get a get okay since the get rights are for college football? I hate to do this, but I will attach the get right, and you're going to have to lay some lumber on it. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to attach a get right to the Seattle Kraken on Saturday night.
Okay.
Sorry. The conditions present themselves.
I
know.
The Seattle Kraken has the most 10 guys over 10 goals. I think that's a consistent team.
You're gonna have to lay some lumber.
So I don't blame you, but I'm not betting it. You're going get right with it.
I
got Husso back with some days rest. I got the boys feeling themselves. We'll see.
I'll do it this way for you, too, so you don't have to lay that 260 or whatever it'll be. Take them on the puck line, lay the 1.5.
Sounds like my weekend. Wrestling, NASCAR, Red Wings versus Kraken, XFL, Pistons. Here we go.
Yeah, so that's what it is, guys. I'm sorry. That'll probably be right around even money. So you take the Kraken minus the 1.5, and you sit around and wait for an empty net goal at the end. I'm sorry, guys. All I can do is react to the market. I take the emotion out of it. That's why I'm 34-13.
He's all about the bag. I mean the sack. That's
I'm
what
all
it
about
is.
the sack of
Collect
money.
The
That's
sack.
right.
Any way
all
you
about
can.
the sack.
Great show, boys.
Yeah. So that's what it is. Yeah. So that'll wrap it up, man. Good week.
Great week.
Was a good week. Fun show today. Hey, Clomp Sauce, boo this man, boo. I'm sorry, guys. The financial market runs itself. There is no emotion. All I can do is read and react.
These are the things, you know what, when we get told of why we can't is when we have to. So Neal could be right.
Look
He's
at it
following
this
the
way.
finances.
If if you take it, which a lot of you do, I'm almost uncomfortable with the amount of money.
But what if they do? Oh my God! Tune in Monday. Oh, it'll be off the charts.
Yeah, but if you do it, look at it this way: if you lose, then the Wings won.
The old heart bet. That's
emotional hedge.
Yeah, the emotional hedge. There you go. Have a great weekend, everybody. For D-Mac, for Sam Flannel, for Sack Flannel, and Spencer Saxter. My name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy. Oakland, Detroit tonight, TV 20. Tap in. Well, see you later.